live. Take y'all with me for a ride. I'm gonna do this. If I can figure out how to do this shit, if this shit come out how it's supposed to, I'll do this shit every day. Uh, it's just hard to talk about some shit. The algorithm is all on it's either Kendrick or about Travis Hunter. We can talk about Kendrick shit, but we're talking about Hunter and Haney relationships and whatnot. But I want y'all to come by with the P, man. Um, I'm on my way to Florida, somewhere in Pennsylvania. It's cold as hell, but I want y'all to come ride and vibe with me one time. Now, Travis Hunter, uh, like Travis Hunter, man, what can I say? I mean, his what he's going through, bro, it kind of it gave me goosebumps because I was thinking about a previous situation I was in, man. Some of the same stuff I'm seeing in his girl. And this is the thing, like, I don't think enough people talk about this, right? So, when it comes to, the black and brown love, I know in the Bay Area, everybody get down together, so it ain't nothing like that. But in SoCal, um, it wasn't, I mean, it happens a lot, but I mean, in certain areas and stuff, people's looking at you like, what y'all doing together? It's out there. It's a different kind of Latin community. Like I said, in certain areas. But the issue, I'm gonna just hit these as they come to mind, man. First issue I'm seeing that I could tell him from experience is when your girl is she jealous of him, of his fame, because she always wants to be in the spotlight. She doesn't see him. She thinks she's the prize. She- You know what I mean? Because he the one that got at her. So she's like, oh, he wanted me. I didn't even want him. She didn't want him because he ugly as hell. She said, what she said? She said he wasn't her type. Nah, you ugly, nigga. That's why she didn't want your ugly ass. When she started seeing, oh, he got motion. That man got motion. Okay, let me see what it do. She's saying, obviously, a bag. Because if he was cheating, right? So you didn't want to because he had a girlfriend. You don't want to talk to him because he had a girl. So after he broke up with her, so you basically saying you don't mind. You basically saying you don't mind that he was cheating on his ex, trying to get at you. So you okay knowing that he has that um, tendency already to be talking to other girls, trying to holler at girls when he in a relationship. So you okay with that? Like shit just don't add up. It don't add up. I think that I was in a situation, man, when we had hell emotion. I had hell emotion. Um, the IG was going up. Just not I'm talking about followers and shit, but just the support in the fans. I was, doing music, and we had the team was getting down. We was putting in work, and we got a lot of support. And when the support got to a certain point, it seemed like that was an issue with this, individual that I was with. Like they would get instead of you being the number one fan, out fanning everybody else, it's like you jealous of everybody else's support. Why does she have to post? Why does she have to like every single thing that you post? I'm like, dang, everything that I'm posting is dope. Like I'm putting out motivational shit, inspirational shit, music, or just being saucy. And it was the problem that you got people that support you. That like, if you following somebody and you like their content, like, is that weird that you like everything that they post? It's like, yeah, but that's when I started to see like it was jealous. So in his situation, she thinks she the shit because he jumped in her DM. So he had to wait on her, basically. So she think, yeah, I'm the catch. She probably the best looking bitch he had. So she thinks she got one up on him because he looked like a damn. He looked like that thing from the Fifth Element. You know that monsters with the big ass nose and mouth. So yeah, because he ugly. In her mind, she like, nigga, I'm the probably the baddest chick he had, and she ain't. Well, she is goofy because her. I mean, the shit that she doing is goofy as fuck. You really think about it, but she got some kind of game because she running it on him. It ain't just the okay. She probably a freak. Obviously, she a freak, but it goes beyond that. When you're in a relationship, I ain't never just stayed with somebody because they freaking because they like to fuck all the time. You know what I'm saying? All day, like can't never get enough. Nut for nut, you just going. That ain't enough to keep me. Or you gotta have substance, personality, character, all that other shit. But he young, so I'm trying to figure out whether like okay, is he just goofy? Like he ain't really been in no relationships before her really like that, or he just goofy? He just a square ass goof and letting her run this game on him. Like it's something. Cause if it ain't something like all I can see is he just sprung like a motherfucker over his girl, whatever her name is, Liana, Lena, whatever. He just sprung like hell over, and she know it. She know he can't get no other girl like that that look good as her, cause he ugly. Like, come on, no didn't. The man looked like all kind of animals put together. I can't even think of one. All I can think of is that thing from the Fifth Element. Y'all go look it up. That nigga look whooped. But I mean, you can see all the comments on people's pages and shit where they talking about. But she on that video she was posting, people reacted to her video. They was like, "You didn't. He wasn't your type because this motherfucker ugly." Yeah, that man hurt. I ain't gonna lie. Like, nigga whoop. So even if you got money and all the potential that he got, like some chicks do be like, ooh, still look at him. She like the money don't even. They still can't even do it. But what I'm seeing is, cause she cute, she thinks she got one up on him, and he's head over heels sprung for her. So she gonna be able to do whatever she want. He gonna listen to whatever. She's gonna be a little brat. That's how the Latinas are. Trust me, I got two Latina mamas, baby mamas. Mama. They brats. They can't get their way. Oh my God. They don't want to hear any criticism. You can't tell them nothing about themselves. You can't grow with them. They'll see your growth and become the enemy. They'll become literally, they'll see everything that you've worked on, self evaluation, appreciate you saying, well, look, I noticed this about myself. I want to work on this. I want to be better. And they actually see that you're doing it and they look at you like it's a bad thing. They become, what's the word? They'll become, what's the word? Combative and like just literally they'll go against anything that you're trying to do. I remember one told me once when I'm talking about good vibes and trying to put out as much positive energy as possible. She said, "I don't believe in energy." I'm like, oh my god. But look, after we split though, you talking about positive energy and stuff. Like, girls is crazy, but I'm just saying for Travis, he gonna have this issue with her, and especially as a that's what you gotta deal the with the Latinas. So unfortunately to say it, I dealt with a couple like her, and that's just gonna be something you're gonna have to deal with. But I don't know if like all the stuff that's coming out, I don't think he would have seen all these videos and this and that and still been with. If he's seen the music video with the SoundCloud rapper that was probably her nigga, the video of her, they said on Christmas Eve cooking with some nigga in the kitchen, and the video of her twerking on niggas at the party and shit. I don't think if they was together like that, like I wanna say, I don't know the nigga. Like I said, he could just be a square goofball that just sprung head over heels over it. So he gonna forgive anything that she do, unless a full blown porno come out of her. You know what I'm saying? Getting piped down during their relationship. But even then, he might be like, she might have him that wrapped around her finger to where a simple apology and some tears will get him to take her back. Like that's how some niggas is, and that's how some chicks is. They know that the dude got a soft spot, uh, and they'll use that to their advantage. Uh, but it's just all kind of issues, and it just sucks for like as a young man, like you don't want to hear nothing about nobody. Can nobody tell you about nobody that you with? You ain't trying to hear shit. But it's like for him to see all this shit, it's like right there, bro. Even if you love somebody, you could love them to death, but you seeing all the evidence, you gotta like, damn, she doing me like that. Like you have to see, like she's potentially going to get in the way of his money. You think teams are going to take a risk on him being not mentally stable because of her or because of his relationship? They're not going to take a chance. Or look, they're not going to cash out. He's not going to be worth as much because of her or because of the relationship he's in. I'll tell you right now, if he stays with old girl, she is going to be his downfall. Because when you going through stuff in a relationship, when stuff ain't good at home, look, when shit ain't good at home, it affects you. Some people try to deny it or not. Some people try to live with the fake smile and faking and shit. A lot of people can't do that fake shit. It affects you, and people could tell. Even though you might try your hardest to, you know, you you put on the fake smile every day and try to be your normal self, but deep down inside, you know, when shit off is off. And what affects your mental, like what I'm trying to say, when stuff are bad at home, it interrupts your sleep. It affects you emotionally and mentally. So imagine you being a star player on the team and your girl all over the damn news all the damn time for doing all this freak shit um, with other niggas and this or that. Who knows what else is about to come out about old girl? But imagine you think he's gonna be playing his best. You actually think he's gonna be playing his best? He's not gonna be able to perform at his highest capability because of her. She wants to be in the spotlight. I get annoyed thinking about because she's a brat. She's older than him, but clearly immature. I mean, he's immature too, but he's just green. He's young. He ain't got no experience with this, and it's clear because if you was out there macking and having hella women like that, you've dealt with hella different personalities. You know how to kind of deal with this one. The time of the month they're gonna be acting like this, so don't even trip. You know how to you could kind of navigate according to your experience. He don't got no experience because he ain't no player. That nigga look like an alien. Like it's crazy. But old girl, her family is probably, and this is another thing too, man. There's always gonna be some kind of issues. Look, unless she comes from a spiritual family, there's always gonna be issues mixing the black and brown. I gotta keep it up. It is what it is. Unless she comes from a spiritual family, you have those certain morals and principles. The family is always gonna look down on you. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. I can't speak on everybody, but look, this has happened more than once. The family will look down on you. It don't matter. It don't matter what you're doing, unless you balling rich, stanky rich. You ain't nothing. Like you're. That's the easiest way I can say it. They'll look down on you unless you stinking rich. Nothing you could do is enough. Uh, it just sucks, but that's the way it is. And this is coming from previous relationship with someone that grew up in SoCal, and I'm talking about another one in Oakland. The family will look down on you no matter what you're doing. Ain't nothing you could do right unless you stinking rich. Uh, and there's gonna be issues because the family don't care. Just like our families would be, like if they don't like somebody you with, they gonna let it be known. They gonna have an attitude, a certain energy with her, and she gonna bring that to your attention. So I'm saying in my case, when I would bring it today to one attention, it was just in my mind. Family loves you. You're just thinking too hard until she got mad, and then the issues that I would bring up, you would throw it in my face, like trying to hurt my feelings, bro. Like I knew that already. You just sound stupid because you was denying. I knew that. But you're always gonna have some kind of. It's always gonna be them kind of issues unless she came from a spiritual family or vice versa. Because the cultures, it's a lot of differences in the culture. And just flat out, I'm keeping a buck with y'all, man. I don't know how to fake or sugarcoat shit. I gotta keep it a buck. They don't like us. Now, in the Bay, back home, it's different because it's a lot of blended cultures, and in majority of the communities, it's mixed culture. So everybody grew up around each other, go to school with each other, but it's always still, at least from, it's hard for me to say this. I don't want to say it. Just from my experience with the Mexican. I ain't gonna say shit was different with the Puerto Rican, Cuban, Nicaraguan. The issues came with from the Mexican family. So I don't know what Latin culture she from exactly, but I could just tell by her, how she carry herself. She probably Mexican or mixed with two, different Latin cultures. I'm just taking a wild guess because I grew up loving the Latinas. I went to elementary school in Daly City, so the first girls I was attracted to was the Latinas and the Filipinas. So I can tell y'all, like I mean, I could look at one and kind of tell where she's from. But Travis, if he stays with her after all of this, she gonna she gonna run all over him. She like, if he could forgive me for making a fool of him, for making a fool out of him on the day where he have his best game of his career, She acting stupid after the game. She making him look like a fool after after he got his award, the Heisman Trophy. Everybody talking more about this bitch than his accolades. If he stayed with her, he's done. She gonna walk all over him. She might fuck around and cheat on him in the house that he bought. This is fine. I'm saying I can see it. Like you let him get away. You forgive him for something that you should forgive him for. They gonna walk all over. That happened to me once. Never again. I ain't forgiving nothing. You get caught talking to somebody you cheat. I don't really. I'm damn. I don't. We don't even have to speak again. Forget all that. We still be cool now. Fuck all that being cool shit. But I tell you, I could only speak from experience. He needs to let her go. I've been there before. When you get that first, you think you in love for the first time. I done cried over a chick before. I ain't ashamed to say it. I cried over a Cuban. Um, that's the first time I got cheated on. Well, that's the last time I got cheated on and found out like why we was still together, like in the same vicinity. Like we was finna go to dinner or something with the cousins and shit. And I found out, you feel me? Say it hurt my feelings. I was cheating too, but I was still hurt. So fuck it. But it is what it is. I've been there before. When you got feelings for somebody, even if you did wrong, when they just do you wrong, do you dirty like that, or even just having to break up for whatever reason. Couldn't be no, didn't have to be no cheating or nothing involved, but just y'all, you was in love and y'all broke up. It's the first big breakup. You gonna be in your feelings. So I can see, like, if he ain't never had no feelings for somebody, he sprung like a motherfucker over this bitch. He don't want to deal with that heartbreak. He don't want to let her go, but he gonna have to let her go, cause she gonna bring a whole lot more headaches than that heartbreak that you gonna get over in a week or two, a month tops, a month tops. Like you'll get over. It gonna hurt for a minute, and then after a couple of weeks, you like you ain't even gonna think about this. You're gonna be able to listen to your favorite the songs that you could have to turn from, because you should think about her. You could listen to them again. Yeah, it hurt for a second, and then it's done. He gonna have to let go, deal with the heartbreak to prevent them headaches, and like she gonna get in the way of your money and your career later. So it'd be best for him to just deal with this heartbreak right now. All right, you love her, but you think you're in love. Drop the bitch. Drop her. Move on with your life. Move on with your career. Stay single. You hella young. Stay single. The right person is gonna come into your life. The universe. If you putting out positive energy, you're gonna attract that. You're gonna attract that positive energy at the right time. But if you out here looking for it, you always gonna find the wrong person because you're gonna be quick to catch feelings. You're gonna be quick to catch feelings, and it's gonna be for the wrong person. This is facts, man. I done been there, done it. Especially like you be trying to. I used to have hella chicks. I ain't gonna lie. I used to have hella actual like girlfriends at the same time. I don't know how I used to jump shit, but I did. So you break up with one, you always got something to fall back. Or even if sometimes you didn't have a bunch of actual girlfriend, but you're talking to several people. You got your main chick and you got people you talk to. Say you break up with the main, you and the main chick break up. You got something already to take the spot or to keep you occupied, so you ain't got to work, so you ain't thinking about her. So you ain't gonna just be in your feelings hella tough because you got so much, so much on deck. um, he's young. He got a career that ain't even started yet. A professional career that hasn't started yet. That girl is gonna be his demise. She gonna fuck around, and when he actually get the bag, she don't blatantly cheat on him in his face, take half of his money, throw it all in his face, and he look like the type that he would commit suicide or something. He look like he would literally be like he'll be dead hurt if she like really do him dirty like that. And she look like the type that'll do that and don't care because she done got her followers up. She got motion off of him, even though it was negative. You think people ain't gonna if she did an OnlyFans again keyword, you think that won't go up? What's that little white girl, Bad Baby, whatever? She made 50 M's in a year off of OnlyFans. You think this little ratchet little um, Latina bitch ain't can run up some M's off of OnlyFans, and she a little free already? Like if she left him right now, if they broke up, she gonna get the bag. She gonna get to the money with or without it. But like, I ain't never been sprung like him off nobody. Like if you see signs, bro, like if you see everything there, you can't just ignore shit. Just think everybody trying to pick on you. If everybody see the same thing, bro, listen. If everybody telling you the same thing, listen. It comes to a point you got to put your pride to the side and be like, damn, they must be right. How many times we grew up with people giving us that game talking about, well, if everybody keeps having the same complaint about you, you're the common denominator. It's obviously you're the problem. It's something that you're doing that ain't right. It can't be everybody else unless you was just dealing with hella ain't shit people. But if they're saying having a complaint about you, you're the issue. You need to do a self evaluation and see what you need to do, how you could be a better person. Um, yeah, this shit crazy. Like it sucks to see. I feel bad for the young man because he ugly for one. And like if you break up with her, any other chick just gonna want him for the bag. You know that. So he like, dang, I ain't never gonna get nobody this cute again. But he gonna have to settle. But he need to just stay single. Get to the money. Get to that money. She gonna get in the way of his bag. She gonna get in the way of his bag, and still gonna be able to get to her bag with or without it. And keep stressing her because she got looks and she a freak. Of course, she got motion right now. Just even with the negativity, you think niggas ain't in her DM? Drake probably in her DM right now. That'd be crazy if Drake post a if Drake be petty and post a DM Travis Hunter chick. That'd be the funniest shit in the world. But man, I would say to that dude, man, be careful with the Latinas. Be careful with the Latinas. Like I said, if she ain't spiritual, I wouldn't do it. If she don't come from a spiritual family, I wouldn't do it. And that's just, and I'm saying from experience with the Latinas. Uh, uh, but that goes for any relationship. If you don't got some kind of spiritual background, you got morals and principles and certain things that the Bible teaches you. If you grow up in, with a spiritual family, you just have these things. They'll just become like an innate part of you when it comes to you knowing how to, or just growing up around if your parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, friends of the family, you see them have successful marriages from that were successful because of the spiritual, all the principles and the spirituality that they up to. That's going to be in you too. So it's going to be a conflict of interest If you with somebody that ain't got none of that, that didn't grow up with none of that, there's always gonna be a battle because they don't know these principles. They don't know how to forgive. They don't know how to compromise. Everything's about them. They don't know how to. They don't want to grow. They believe you just who you are is who you're supposed to be. Don't try to change me. I'm not. I don't want to. You should love me for me. I don't want to be different. And that becomes a problem because we should always be striving to be a better version of ourselves. Every day you wake up, you should try to be a better version of yourself. You should always strive to be better. And as a spiritual person, you're always striving to be a better version of yourself, the best version of yourself. So, I mean, he's gonna have an issue. But enough about him, man. Let's talk about Devin. Devin Haney. So, I guess this was an attempt to try to clown him, to try to make him look like try to give him another L. That ain't no L. If his girl was messing with Young Thug in 2022, that's their business. Devin and old girl didn't get together till in 2023. I don't know how far along she is with the pregnancy or whatever, but they got together in 2023, which was a year after the next year after that video that everybody's trying to post and clown Devin for. If you look at Devin's track record, he always stayed with a bad. He always got one of the baddest chicks. He always got the bad. So if they clicked sometime last year, if they clicked and seen something different in one another and wanted to take it serious, good for them. But it's foul how everybody just trying to clown him. They act like old girl was cheating on him with Young Thug while they was together. That video was a year before they got together. So like, you tell me if somebody not fucking with you, somebody not fucking with you, the nigga in prison, you thinking more than likely he never finna get out anyway. He giving you the cold shoulder. He with somebody else, openly with somebody else. You think she ain't gonna move on? That's hard for y'all to believe that she moved on a year later, or it could have been less than a year later. Like niggas is weird. Like the internet is so weird. Like everybody trying to clown Devin. I bet you ain't gonna run up on Devin talking that shit in person. Get your ass manky. Yeah, everybody be thinking he looks soft. He's soft because of him filing that lawsuit or whatnot. Blah blah blah. I don't think he should have did that, but it is what it is. But that don't make you soft. I guess you take a legal action for something. If you feel that you need to do that, you feel like you need to do that. But his family, he grew up around a certain cloth. So y'all leave that nigga Devin alone. He's originally from the town. He's from Oakland. He moved to Vegas as a young kid because he was hella bad in school and getting in trouble in school all the time. So his dad moved from Oakland. So let's go to Vegas. Took him to the gym, and that was his gift. He's a gifted fighter. So, but he's from Vegas. Okay, he's from Vegas by way of Oakland, California. So he doesn't have all the certain mannerisms, or he got swag. He's saucy. He got sauce, but he just don't have like the base swag that people be, you know what I'm saying, looking for. If somebody say he's from Las Vegas by way of Oakland. Say he was in Oakland when he was little. They moved when he was young. So he's from Las Vegas. Where you spent the most of your life at is where you're from. Okay? Period. I don't care if you were born here, you moved when you were 3 years old. That's where you're originally from. If you were born in this city and lived there a few years, that's where you're originally from. But where you lived at, Majority of your life after that is where you're from. But man, Devin ain't took another L. Man, his chick was in love with somebody else. You don't think none of the chicks you ever got with was in love with their baby daddy that they don't fuck with no more, or with their ex that they don't fuck with no more? Like the internet is weird, man. But the thing, I think DJ Ghost had brought this shit up. He was like, "Who y'all think? Who y'all think brought that? Made the video public in the first place? It was law enforcement. They trying to rough. They trying to start some shit. They trying to start some shit between Devin and Young Thug, trying to see if they'll crash out, start talking shit about each other, and see if Young Thug issue a threat or initiate a fade or something. He talk any kind of greasy. They're gonna try to find a reason to violate his ass. Just think of who has the footage, the institution, the prison, the jail. They have the footage. How the fucking footage get out? Somebody from the jail put that shit out, and it ain't, and it wasn't to embarrass Devin Haney, because what reason would they have to do that to just put this shit out just out of nowhere to embarrass Devin Haney? They doing it trying to stir some shit up to try to get a Young Thug to violate. It's a play. They always trying to put us against each other, and niggas fall for the banana themselves. I think Devin's smarter than that. Thug's smarter than that. But he need to shut up and leave the situation alone. Like he need to leave the shit alone. Because if he start talking crazy and shit, they gonna violate his ass. Man, he took the worst deal on earth that you could take, bro. Like he can't do nothing. If he jaywalk, I don't think like people will be understanding. 'Cause a lot of people ain't never been to jail, ain't never been to prison, they ain't never been on probation or parole. I don't think people understand like when they say no police contact, no police contact means no police. They can violate you for getting a ticket, a speeding ticket. You got pulled over, you could get violated. You was jaywalking, like in California, they shot that jaywalking shit real tough, especially like in Sacramento. Jaywalking, you tell your PO that, you could get violated. If the police were called to your residence or next door to you and asked to speak to you, that's contact with police. You could get violated, even though it was nothing to have to do with you. Like he can't do nothing. They're gonna sit your ass down in prison. So a suspended sentence means if you violate, you're on probation for the remainder of the sentence. If you violate, you're going to do the rest of the sentence behind bars. It's not suspended no more. You violate, you're doing the time. I was on a I wasn't on a suspended sentence though. I had 5 year felony probation. I had 5 year felony probation to where if I had violated, it was up to my PO or the judge really, but I could have went to prison for 85% of 5 years for any kind of violation, being on that 5 year felony probation. Both of them young niggas need to ignore the internet. I'm speaking about Thug and Devin Haney. Ignore the internet. Nigga, you know your girl. Devin know his girl wasn't. That shit was before they met. He shouldn't let that shit get to him. Thug need to ignore whatever. Quit speaking on it. Like you just putting fuel in the fire. If you're gonna keep trying to antagonize a nigga about the shit, um, and that's gonna open up a can of potential you violating for just saying some dumb shit, saying the wrong shit. Um, but yeah, even Devin, he's with the Latina man. Like you gotta be careful with them. Like I always had a weakness for the Latinas. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said earlier, I went to school. I went to school in Daly City. So I mean, if you're not familiar, Daly City is a city um, right next to San Francisco. It's mostly Latin and Filipino. Um, but it has majority Latin and Filipino. So in my early years in school, these are the first chicks that I became attracted to and shit. The Filipinas and the Latinas. All my first crushes was Filipino and Latino. So I always had a thing for them. Um, but I mean, as you get older and you get involved with them, you'll start to see like, okay, well maybe some of them aren't a fit. And like I explained earlier, because it's deeply rooted shit within the family that's always going to cause issues. Even if you got money, even if you're doing your thing, there's always going to be a thing because they just don't like that shit. They want their people to be with their people. They don't like no interracial nothing. The same way as a lot of black families. They don't like no interracial nothing, but they'll accept it. They'll accept it, especially once the grandkids come. That win a lot of the family over, but the Latin families, it's a cultural difference. It's cultural differences that cause issues for marriages, and a lot. It's a lot of interracial differences, issues. Like even outside of, I'm just speaking in general now. Other nationalities and stuff. I have a family member right now that's married, and there's some cultural differences that are, causing some issues in their relationship. It happens, and this is the spirit. These are spiritual people. There's still gonna be some issues. So I don't know. Them Latinas be fine as hell, but I'm telling you, you niggas need to watch out. You gotta watch out. I'm not saying all of them, because a lot of them, shoot, one of the best. I was treated the best as far as like the family by. I was in a relationship with the Cuban. The Cuban family treated me the best out of all the Latinas I had ever met. And I'm talking about when I was doing my thing and when I didn't have nothing. Like the Cuban family treated me the best. Welcomed me with open arms and tried to do what they can to help me, get on my feet, do my thing again. Um, and that was appreciated. Never again. Everybody else, I'm just saying the Mexicans. Unless you got crazy emotion and just up, you can't do nothing right. You ain't nothing ever enough. You could be doing everything right, providing for, what I mean, just doing your thing. You take care of the you taking care of the household. You're doing your thing, and came from literally nothing. From her working, paying all the bills for a few years. Then you make a move and start doing your thing, and you completely you progress and grow. Every year you're doing better, making more money, doing your thing. They don't they gonna see you as still beneath them. You're never gonna be good. That's just something for the fellas to you gotta keep in mind when you're dealing with the Mexican families. I'm not gonna speak for all Latinos. I have to be specific because I love everybody. But this I'm speaking from experience, what I had to deal with. And I'm talking about literally doing your thing, making hella good money in trucking. Don't want everything the family want, they get. Like, ain't hurting for nothing, don't need nothing. We can do whatever the fuck we want. You still not doing enough. And they'll make it plain that and they'll let you know that they don't think you're doing the goddamn thing. They'll compare you to their family members. whoever's making this much money and this and that. It's always going to be like a competition. They're always going to try to belittle you. So that's just a thing that you're going to have to deal with. But I still wouldn't let that. You can't let. It's always the thing, man, because they, what the people say. Don't want to block your blessings and this or that. But some stuff, it is what it is. Like you have to have your guard up. Hold on, y'all. I gotta fix this shit. This thing, damn thing. And it just sucks when you be in a relationship and go through certain shit. Because then you're gonna be on guard, and that gets in the way of in the next relationship. If somebody is completely different, you're still gonna be guarded and be certain. You're still gonna be guarded and looking like It's always gonna be a thing. If they do anything that remotely reminds you of the ex, you're gonna be like, uh-uh. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always gonna be that. But sometimes you just gotta shit, go for it. You gotta take a chance. Ain't nobody gonna be perfect. Nobody's gonna be perfect. So you find somebody that they if they fit the criteria 7 out of 10, shit, hey, stay with them because the other three could be acquired over time. Yeah, especially if you're young and shit. People don't really mature or even really fully know themselves till you in your 30s. You gotta give yourself time to mature, but uh, don't let a previous relationship get in the way of a potential blessing. Trust me. I done did that. I done did that before. I done did that before. But we talk about Travis Hunter and Devin. I was just saying, them young men, they got so much potential. Devin been a millionaire for I don't know how long. He was making 4 M's a fight years ago. Like he been doing this thing. Travis Hunter about to have the bag, so he just gonna, in order for him to be mentally and emotionally the strongest, mentally, emotionally to perform at his highest, he just need to be single. He need to leave old girl alone. Just be single. Get your money. Knock down everything. At least the ones that are like it. Everybody ain't gonna like it, but you need to knock down everything. Have your fun, and when the shit gets boring, that's when you start thinking about settling down. That when it gets boring, that's probably about the time the right person, the universe brings some, just throw somebody into your life because it was supposed to be at that time because your energy is putting out that energy. Does that make sense? But yeah, enough about that, man. I'm gonna do another one later once I can get this phone stable. Um, but yeah, man, y'all tap in with on the mission. I'm finna keep this shit. We gonna do these every day. I got nothing but time, and I'm finna use it. So tell me what y'all think about Travis Hunter situation as of today. Let me know what y'all think about Devin Haney situation, um, and let me know what y'all think about nah, just them two. We're gonna talk about Kendrick and what you call it later. All right, I'm going, y'all. I don't even know how to end this shit. That's all, folks. Shit. I don't know how to fucking turn this shit off. I'll be back on later.